Let's play a little game here. You know I love this game. We do a lot of matchmaking on the lightweight division in general anyway because it's where the most stars, pay-per-view brands tend to congregate these days. It's almost like welterweight in boxing. So, Luke Thomas, what if I told you that Mick Maynard, Sean Shelby, Dana White, they invited you into the war room there? You got all the rankings on the walls, all the cards coming up. You got all that info. I don't know if the Nelk boys are there doing coke in the corner. I don't know. I don't even know who does coke anymore, Luke. Okay, not me. I'll tell you that much. That's an 80s drug, Luke, okay? I'm a child of the 80s.
No, Quaaludes are an 80s drug.
No, that's a 70s drug. Come on, bro. Come on. So, I mean, you know, it'd be a lot cooler if you did. Luke, so here's the deal. What if Mick Maynard, when he sits you down, goes, here's the deal. We're going to force Oliveira to fight Islam Makhachev for the title next, the vacant title, because it's what's fair. It's the next fight. So that's in stone. How do you book the rest of the top 10 and the bigger names around that, considering we got Poirier, Gaethje, Chandler, McGregor, Tony Ferguson. You know, you also have these rising names. Fiziev, if he wins. Gamrot coming on. Beneil Dariush still out there. Sarukian coming on. Dan Hooker not dead. Jalen Turner coming on. This division rules, Luke. How are you booking the next 6 months if I'm telling you Makhachev gets the next call?
So I would love to see Turner versus Ismagulov, number one. Would absolutely love to see it. Couldn't wait to see it. I would do Chandler versus Poirier.
Now, let me interrupt you. Does that give the winner a title shot in your eyes in terms of the progression?
It could. It could. I would do Gamrot versus Gaethje, and then I would do Dariush versus...
my God, that's a great fight.
I know. There's a lot of good fights you can still do. I would do Dariush versus the winner of this weekend's main event. So either Fiziev or RDA. You could do McGregor-Tony.
Yeah, I was going to say that kind of makes McGregor-Tony the fight. And Luke, it is the fight. It is right now. It is.
And then you could do Sarukian versus RDA, or the loser of this weekend's main event. How about that?
Okay, I'm in. I'm in big time. Because look, there are many scenarios in which RDA can lose Saturday night's main event in a very respectable way and be the perfect test if he's still trying to, linger in the top 10, which he's never stopped trying to get into title position up to this point. I like really exactly how you laid it out. Look, the more I think about it, even though I've thrown out about 78 configurations involving McGregor's comeback, in the past few months alone, dude, Tony, it's just perfect. It's better than the Cowboy comeback fight in so many ways. It's perfect, Luke.
There's so many good fights you can make. And I also, I know he called for it, so this is hardly some genius matchmaking, but dude, Gamrot, he beat Sarukian, who didn't have a big ranking. But given how fucking difficult that was and how impressive his late push was in that fight, he should get a big fight against a big name. I want to see this new generation of guys with names who are largely impossible to pronounce correctly beat all the guys whose names we can pronounce. There's something to be said for this new generation who are coming through that let's match them up against not just each other, which we saw. Let's match them up against some of these older bros. Let's see what happens there. Maybe these new guys are, everything we think they are. Maybe these old guys got a little something for them. But either way, we need to find out. I love matching those as much as we can, too.
It's going to be high theater for sure. But let me bring up the two quick wild cards here. And it's related to the news cycle. Not in a rundown, Luke, but the champion at featherweight, Alexander Volkanovski, revealing on social media, I think he put out some x-rays, too. He suffered a broken thumb in the second round of the trilogy bout against Max. Never showed it. Right? Put him away in a dominant one-sided decision. We know of his interest to fight for the lightweight title. We also know it could be very likely that Max moves up. I mean, we haven't heard any concrete news either way, but Max could very well crash the party of that matchmaking session you just had. Is the right move now to tell Volkanovski, we love you, bro, but it's too crowded on this end right now?
But I would say this, I know he wants an immediate title shot, and I think that is too crowded. I would say unless he's willing to wait, we can give you a top contender, but not a title shot. Okay. And he probably says, well, I don't want that. But, dude, they don't even there isn't even a crowned champion right now. I mean, it would be silly to have him move up. Right, and I realize he has to heal from the injury and everything, but... if it's title shot or bust, then I would say he has to wait a little bit for sure.
What is he out? Is it 12 weeks that Volkanovski
at least?
Expects to go?
At least. So he's out. He's out for 3 months. So let's say all of July, August, September, October, November ish. He could probably fight December or January, something like that.
It's good, dude. I hate. We always have to bring up Conor when we talk about this, but like, a lot of these decisions are going to be based on what they do with Conor. Do they give him a Tony or a Max or in a rematch, or do they give him the freaking title shot?
Also,
it's all in play, Luke. It's all freaking in play. Everybody's waiting for Conor.
Also, what they could do is they could give him the Tony fight, but then do it at 170, right? Because Tony's fought as high as 170 before, and so there's a couple of ways they could make this work. I mean, Cerrone obviously had fought at 170 for a long time, but he was really at 155. Well, he was both, but he fought ably in both weight classes, and so they could make that little twist as well. Who's a 155er who'd be willing to fight at 170? Things like that could change the direction too.
Yeah, and by the way, if Max does decide to go to lightweight, instantly match him up with any of those action heroes that we just mentioned, and you make a big pay-per-view main event. Can't wait to see.